Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode. I know it's been a while. I'm currently experiencing finals week at my university, and I gotta be honest, capstone courses are kicking my butt, and so I've really lacked on posting videos the last week or so. So I'm sorry, I hope you're glad to see me again. But let's go ahead and give an update on my $30,000 Fidelity portfolio. So right now, as of right now, my portfolio sits at $33,685. And if you've been following this channel, you know that my goal is to reach $1 million by my 40th birthday, and these are my goals year by year to get to that point. Now, my main goal is coming up in February 5th of 2022. I have to reach the amount of $35,250, and this is counting both stock gains and deposits. Now, month over month, these are the goals that I have so far. On August 1st, my goal was $29,000. It actually finished out at $30,000. On September 1st, it was $30,000. I finished out with $31,506. October 1st, $31,000. Finished out with $30,385. And then November was an excellent month, a fantastic month. $32,000 was our goal, and we shot up to $37,413. And then this leads us to December 1st, just about a week or so ago. My goal is to reach $33,000. And at the close of December 1st, if we go to the month chart here, and you see December 1st, we finished out with $33,587.32. So $33,587.32. My bad. Okay, I went back and read it over. 33,587 is what I meant to say. But you get the point. So far, we are still slightly ahead of our goal. The month of the month of November was not the best. If we go to our performance tab here on Fidelity, and so looking at the last month right here, you can see while we did have 8% positive since starting back in August, you can see that over the last month, we did underperform the indexes. Now, the main thing to notice here is that I'm not really so much focused on the short term, so beat or miss, either way, I'm not really too focused. But you can see on the 1 month return, we did lose to all four indexes, even losing to the Russell by a little bit. And then over the 3 month, did we beat every single index? Yeah, we beat all of the index over the last 3 months. And over the lifetime of the data, we're probably slightly ahead of all three of the indexes when you factor in going all the way back to August. And it's going to be really interesting starting January 1 when I start comparing my portfolio year to date. That's when the competition really begins for me. Starting from January 1, when we have this conversation 6, 8, 12 months from now, that's when it's really going to start to shape up. Wow, am I beating the market or am I underperforming? But either way, I'm going to show my results, win or lose. And speaking of which, if you haven't got signed up already, M1 Finance is giving $50 to referrals for anyone who gets signed up today using this referral link, which is down below in the description. All you gotta do is just go down below, sign up with the link, deposit, and you instantly get $50, guys. $50 is like pretty much the highest out there for getting signed up. All you gotta do right down below, click it, get signed up to make a deposit, boom, $50 in your account. You would help support me, you'd help support my channel, and I hope this is your way of repaying me for helping share and put together all this time that I spend putting these videos together. There's also other stuff down below in the description. Go ahead and check this out as well if you have not already. But thank you guys for tuning in, and let's go ahead and get started with my portfolio and go over what's changed. So some quick things to note here. One of the things that I want to talk about is the closed positions. So if you see in total since starting the year, we have closed $5,125.45 so far with the net gains just in this Fidelity portfolio. Now this counts some losses that we took in the last month. Now we've had some big winners and we've had some big losers, but so far the winners are definitely stacking up well above the losers. Now what I want to do is I want to go to custom date and I want to scroll back to November 1st and go to the end of November and look at all the positions I closed for November. Now you can see just for November by itself, we closed $2,331 worth of net gains, and this is mostly due to a couple different reasons. The first one is our iRobot stock, we did close out in November. Now November was a great month for me in some other ways, and one of those is mainly because of the short position I have, and I'll go over in just a second. But to start off, iRobot was a stock that treated us fantastic. And actually, let's go ahead and sort here by symbol. So actually, I'll sort by that, and I'll start line by line. So to start off, we had Bill.com. I did have a short position in Bill. I actually made a video over that right here, and you get to see Coco featured, so I hope you like that. But I did short BillStock.com. I ended up closing it early because I moved it into a position that made me much more money, which was Lucid stock. And then Bill.com, we did close for a slight profit, only about $40. We did day trade Chegg 3 different times, which I normally don't day trade, but they were down like 50% on the day. between these two different options that I traded, what is that? That's about $150 roughly. Yeah, almost exactly 150. Now Chewy, we did trade Chewy twice, and this is mostly due to some covered calls that I closed early, as well as some call buying that I did. Lost about $700, almost $800 on Chewy there. Scrolling down, we look at Corsair Gaming. We had one position close out on Corsair Gaming. Now what this is this is a call buy that I did. I ended up selling it slightly after for 150 profit. iRobot. Now, okay, iRobot was one of my main core positions in my portfolio. I bought it at $80 a share, and then I ended up selling it at $94.66. And I also, down below that, I closed for a slight profit so I can sell it early, or a slight negative loss, I should say. I lost $10 closing out my call position early, and that way I could sell those shares for the big gain. Thank goodness I did so, because not only would all those gains be gone, I would actually be in the red. Like I said, I bought iRobot at $80 a share, and then I sold later at $94.66. And then this begs the question, what does iRobot trade at today? Well, go ahead and look on the screen, and you can see that right now, iRobot finished, even with the green day, at about $76. So I would have lost all these gains and even be in the red from my original purchase. So thank goodness I took profits when I did. Now next up we have Lucid, and Lucid was very profitable. In December you'll see some of the profitable trades I had on that one. But what I did is I shorted 200 shares of Lucid stock, and I sold covered puts each and every week, usually averaging about $250 a week. And between these three that I sold, I made about $550 roughly between these three calls. Now next up we have the Nikola short. Now I did have the same thing. I shorted 400 shares of Nikola, much like Lucid the EV play. I shorted hundreds of shares, and then I sold covered puts, receiving income just for holding my position. I did close one of my puts out early, so that way I could take advantage of the price movement. So I took a $118 loss there, but the reason I took that loss was so I could immediately put in the books over $1,000 worth of gain. So net, if you take the gain, you take the loss. Nikola made me about $900 here, and if you add another put that I had right here for $200, net, so you're looking about, what is that, about $1,200 roughly. Not bad for the month of November on Nikola. Now Purple, I did buy some Purple shares in the dip after hours during their earnings report. Huge dip. I made a teeny tiny little profit, not even really worth mentioning. I made $3.94. Whoop whoop. Next up we have Rivian. I did short Rivian just for a short period of time. I ended up selling it shortly after, or should say buy back shortly after. Made a $100 bill there. Next up we have Roku, the biggest loss on this screen, and Roku is one that I bought some calls on the dip. Today was a massive day for Roku. Those would have been thousands of dollars in the profit. Oh well, doesn't matter. Can't predict the future. At the time I was making a good decision, and I'll stand by that. And so I ended up closing out for a $997 loss. Huge loss there, and that's what made November look so much worse. And now next up we have 6 different transactions with Tattooed Chef, all of them closing out profitable. And between all 6 of these, what do we have probably here? About $400 or $500 worth of gains, and this total leads everything up to $2,331. Now, in terms of active positions, I will be going over and give an update on this shortly, but basically there's some things that have moved around in my portfolio, and I'm making a lot of short-term trades to take advantage of this market downturn. But long story short, I'm still very bullish on my long-term positions, which are Chewy, Corsair Gaming, and CleanSpark, the 3 that I have now, especially the 2 big core positions being Chewy and Corsair Gaming, making up the bulk of this portfolio, and I've really doubled down lately on my positions and making huge bets that they're going to be big successes in 2022. But that said, success or failure, I'll show you either way, no matter what. Like I said, get signed up with M1 Finance, $50, guys. $50 to get signed up with M1 Finance, and all you got to do is go down below, download the app, and then make a quick deposit. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time.